All right, nice. So we're here live and direct in Acapulco, Mexico, with none other than Luis Valdes, Osafirole Fanikanse. Thank you for giving this interview.
Thank you, Obafemi, for allowing me to share what's happening here in Mexico and Acapulco with your followers.
Okay. Everybody's gonna want to know all about the 4th Festival de Baile por la Paz.
Well, 4th festival. This was the 4th a year we celebrated the Odun Jo from Alafia.
Mm-hmm.
And we named it that way because of the tension that was latent. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
That was latent here in Acapulco. Governmental issues, organized crime. The streets were tense. And my birthday, my Ifa anniversary was on the way.
Mm.
And so we were walking down the Costera, Miguel Alemán. This is true.
True story.
You can edit this, right?
Yeah.
We were walking down the Costera, Miguel Alemán, me and Hannah.
Mm.
And I just pulled in. We pulled in. We kept walking all the way to the back. I had never been in there.
Mm.
And I stood there, Femi, and I said, damn, I'd like to play here.
Mm.
I'd like to play here. I would love to play here.
Mm.
And so Anna says, yeah, it would be awesome, right? Yeah. So we walked back out, and as I walked around, I turned around and said, I'm going to play here. I want to play here. And I got home, and we started finding out, how do you rent that place? So they told me, no, it can't be rented. It's government installation. No renting. Just cultural issues, and it has to be, has to pass, certain documental process, to be allowed. It has to be justified, can't have any part of it, okay?
Mm.
So the thing is, Eshu opened the doors, and all of a sudden, I had a permit. So I said, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this? And we called you. And we did the first one, which was okay. It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
It was a start.
The heart was there.
It was small. Huh?
The heart was there.
The heart was there. A good intent, of course. And from there it's grown. It's grown because of the main reason for Festival por la Paz, for peace, is mainly to allow people through dance and song, but without compromising, using Yoruba spirituality as the basis. Like people go to the festival, they hear Oriki, they learn Itan, they see great singing, great playing, and great dancing. And they have a great time. But it's all based upon the beauty of the Yoruba culture. So I believe that's, like they say, 2 birds with 1 stone. Because you bring good time to the public, you have a good time, they learn about Yoruba philosophy. And I believe that by it's shown itself, the results have been enough. The people's reaction, the government's reaction, the media's reaction. It can't be denied. When you talk about religion, there will always be controversy. There will always be pro and cons. But when we are basing an event on religion, but we're showing them the music, the art, and the beautiful philosophy, who can fight with music?
Right.
Who can fight with art?
Right.
Who can hate philosophy?
Right.
And I think that's a way of showing, being able to expose the beauty of the Yoruba culture. And people that if you were to tell them, look, I want to talk to you about the Yoruba religion, from the get-go, they would be reluctant.
Right.
You know, not because being bad, just some ignorance makes people react this way, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I told Laura Yadas, our conductor, I said, she says, well, why do you want me to do it like this? I says, because the best way to show people is to not let them know they're learning.
Right.
Because if you stand in front of everybody and say, okay, I'm going to teach you all something, 50% of the people have their ego. They say, you're going to teach me nothing.
Right.
And so when you do it this way, and the proof is in the pudding, people will go from all sorts of life, all religions, and they will walk out saying, Yoruba culture is beautiful. They will go out amazed from the moment that they didn't know the bata,
right,
that they play in salsa and jazz and fusion, the shekere, the Alicia Keys uses her concerts, you see her percussionists using, that all this comes from Yoruba tradition. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so once it's in, you know, it's like once it's in, then before your ego or, you know, people have been trained to think in a certain way. Some people can't help it, you know, they've been brought up. So before that reacts, you're already in.
Right.
Because beauty, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because beauty, all you got to do is show the beauty. If something is really beautiful, it will only be denied. I mean, after they see it's beautiful, it will be denied only by reluctant, closed-minded people or people, malevolent people, right? Would have a hidden agenda personally against something. But with a lot of people that in the past would, you know, hey, put a stop. I don't want to know about this, you know, this voodoo or hoodoo or evil. This is Satan, whatever. When you show them the beauty, by the time they say, hey, this is what I've been hearing more or less. But no, this is the unstained version. Right. This is the root. They'll say, this is beautiful. Right. And like I said, you have to be really sick. I'm sorry to say this, but you have to be really, you know, you have to have issues to fight with music. Right. Good music. I'm not talking about nasty music. You have to have issues to fight with that kind of dance and that kind of art in motion. You have to have issues to fight with philosophy. And so once that's built like this, okay, boom, you tell them, hey, courtesy of the Yoruba people. Yes. Courtesy of our spirituality. And that's basically the alchemy that's given it.
And I like that, the alchemy.
Yeah,
because I know in the first year you had you have the Yoruba philosophical kind of framework. Then you have the Afro-Cuban drum and dance. But I remember even in the first year, the costumes were not typical costumes. You know, there were things that you put into it visually that were outside of the norm. Exactly.
The main thing, and this is something that it takes a trained eye to see. If you look at the costumes, just showing one costume to somebody who knows all traditions, all the different roads of Yoruba spirituality, will say, hey, this is Nigeria, this is Cuba, and this is Brazil. Put in somebody could say, hey, but this goes against lineage. No, it's not. Because the ultimate lineage is the union. Right. You know, a lineage separates us. Right. When we show, when we model something showing we have respect for every lineage, it becomes a lineage in itself. See what I'm saying? Yeah. No, well, here we wear our headdress so. Right. And here, the gele, they wear like this, and the oja, they wear here. Right. And the agbada, they wear here. Right. So what happens if we use their gele,
Right.
and we honor everybody through an excellent dancer.
Right.
Where the one that uses the gele in that certain way will say, hey,
I recognize that.
this beautiful dance is using the gele in our style.
Right.
And yet the other one will say, hey, but it's using the oja in our style.
Right.
I think that's a lineage in itself. And it's the best one because it's called unity and it's called respect. And I think that's the future. Because remember, religion will always separate man. Religion is beautiful, but it will always separate man. So what's the antidote for this? The antidote for this is we have to spiritualize our religious practice because spirituality brings us together. Spirituality never separates.
Right.
No.
Right.
No. Somebody with issues might find a debate on that, but it's issues. Spirituality in itself is pliable. Is that the word? Pliable. Spirituality in itself is pliable. And spirituality brings men together. Because spirituality is sentiment. It's here. And religion is doctrine, which doesn't allow this and that.
Right.
So if we want to make alchemy, we have to try, and we want everybody to join in, we have to try to include everybody. That's why the second year we had candomblé come in with their drums, atabaques, their guitabi, their dance. They opened up for us in the second year. Because my vision's been that from the get-go. And so the dress, as we can't always have them, the dress will always show trace of Nigeria, trace of Cuba, and a trace of candomblé.
Nice. Very nice.
And the song also.
Yes.
The song also,
Yes.
like I said, to the knowing ear, they will say, okay, this is Lukumi.
Yeah.
And hey, this is tradition.
Yeah.
And it's all done with very tasteful.
Yeah.
And potent message. And who can argue with that?
Right. Right. There was an example a couple of times when I was listening to this year's songs where I could catch, lyrics, and during several songs I caught myself saying, "Was that Lukumi or was that
Exactly.
Nigeria?" Like I recognize that, but I can't
Exactly.
tease it out. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Because it's coming in.
That's why I chose to open with Eshusiwayu,
Yes.
Komomo Keji, and from there go to the Barasuayo.
Yes.
Because we show respect.
Yes.
Because, at the end, it's the tone that counts. It's the tone. We understand that Lukumi, the dialect degenerated. Is that the word you used, degenerated?
Yes. Yes.
It was compromised throughout the years, like everything. But, at the end, it's tones what counts. Why? Somebody walks in right now and says, "Good afternoon, Femi. Good afternoon, Baba. Good afternoon." Or somebody walk in and say, "Good afternoon." You say, "Whoa,
Right.
what's up?"
Right.
So at the end, like I said, it's an alchemy. There's a lot of Yoruba traditional music, the song, and Lukumi song, but it's blended in I must say, tastefully.
Yes.
Tastefully, and it's we've kept the Yoruba tones.
Yes.
Just placed it in another rhythm base.
Yes.
And to respect that, because to get something and to distort it in another way, that would be lack of respect. But we've respected that. That's why I opened with Eshusiwayu.
Yes. Tell us a little bit more about that particular song. How does it go? What's the one that everyone would most likely know, which would be Barasuayu?
Barasuayu. That's why Egbe. Egbe it has that verse that says Eshusiwayu komo mokeji olori ebora kikeji yawo Eshusiwayu komo mokeji olori ebora kikeji yawo. With the verse that I opened, Lomokekere, Kokose, Kotoso, Waseke. That's all verses in Egbe.
Yes.
So, like I said, if my dream is we have some people from Nigeria sitting there,
right.
some people from Trinidad, some people from Brazil,
right.
people from Cuba, and
right.
the rest of the world.
Right.
And the one from Nigeria will say, "Oh, beautiful." He'll sing along the first couple of verses,
Right.
and all of a sudden, the other singer will say, "Malasulaya," and everybody will sing, and we'll be singing to the same deities.
Yes.
Everybody will be happy.
Yes.
And we'll accomplish Festival por la Paz. Peace through music, the union of song from every lineage, creating one lineage. Peace, tolerance, respect.
Ashe. Fantastic vision. Do you think that this is a vision that are you seeing this vision out in the whole, like when we just look within the Yoruba context? Are you seeing this vision like out in front of you that you're responding to, or is this something that is more that you don't see it and you feel like it's something inside you that you've got to express, or how, you know what I mean? What's the interplay between what you see on the inside and how it's reflected or not in the context of our
Okay. Well, of course, everything that comes from us that produces good results is a result of Ori. It is a result of Ori. You got, when you stop paying attention to Ori, because you're so busy complaining about life, that Ajogun takes over, which is this is a theory of mine, but through many years of practice, you get somebody who's always complaining about the government, about the weather, about the economy, complaining. Ajogun will seek you, because Ajogun draws a power from negativity. It's like when you light up a light bulb in the middle of the forest, what's going to happen? All kinds of insects are going to be drawn to it. So when that happens, and I've seen it through great religious folk that have ended up very bad, and they've sat there and they believe like, I'm right, the world is wrong, and in a campaign, against the world, and instead of the position of prominence, using it to bring peace, right? I've seen it in normal people. When we start paying too much attention or losing time complaining, nothing good is going to come from us. Nothing will emanate. Is that the word? Nothing will surface. Nothing good will surface. I'm not talking about they will produce purely bad things, but nothing substantial, nothing that will leave a mark will come out. It can't, because it's like having the sun's out, but there's a cloud over us, and the sun's out, but it ain't hitting us because we got a cloud over us. So I believe, starting from Afro-Cuban lineage and studying into traditionalism, I was able to see that the beauty of both traditions, and yet the necessity for the original tradition to be studied by the latter one. Is this correctly said?
Yes.
The latter one?
Yes.
Okay, so let me say it again. It was important to me, being born into the Afro-Cuban lineage and growing into the traditional, to want to see some kind of unity, because in my life it was like a plus, it was a blessing.
Right.
I see people that because of lineages, that's why I'm against this. Lineages, they're stuck.
Right.
They're stuck.
Right.
Because lineage and pride and ego is the same thing. You should always, even if your lineage is ancestral from Nigeria, if you cross over to Benin, it's going to be different. Right. So you should always be open. That's why I say you should be spiritual. When you're spiritual, you say, hey, we do this like this, they do this like this. Beautiful. Let's all do it together.
Right.
Let's all do it together. So I believe this was an inspiration that it was something that I was yearning to see. And since I didn't see it when I had my opportunity to do it, I did it. Yeah. But I would always be yearning to see somebody that said, "Hey, let's all get together. Let's all, instead of throw rocks at each other, let's throw flowers at each other." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had my opportunity, and iba eshi, iba jagumale, iba ifa, iba ori, iba Gbogbo eyin alalemi. My ancestors, it happened. It happened, because in reality, we start the race, but we don't know. We don't know how it's going to end, you know. And yet, by the time we're halfway through the finish line, we said it's gonna be a hard time to get there, or you just say, hey, this wasn't as hard as I thought. And after we started the first year, we did this together.
Yeah.
The second year, we got rained on. We got rained on really bad, and we should have canceled. And the government people say, hey, this place is full of people. Don't cancel. Let's take you inside. And so in a room for 200 people, there was 370.
Oh my God!
I'm talking about
packed,
standing room only, no chairs, pull chairs out, and get to the point. There was still more people outside. It was just going to get as full as this year, and they said can't, no more. Why? Because if this is a earthquake region. It says if we have a small quake, people will die because people panic, and the weak will get stomped on. Humans will kill humans, stomping on them just to get out. You cannot. And when I saw that, I said, like, okay, I had thrown the towel. I said, it's been raining for 3 days before the event, raining 3 days before the festival. On the morning of the festival, it was pouring. I'm not talking about sprinkling, it was pouring rain. So I said, okay, nothing we can do. I said, let me go over there and tell them, thank you, and see if we can rearrange something for a couple of months from now. When I got there, they said, hey, let's take it inside. Inside's available. I said, well, maybe with this rain, we won't even feel this. It's true. I thought nobody was going to show up. And under pouring rain, we had at least 400 people there. Under pouring rain.
Wow. Wow. The spirit, they were drawn.
Exactly, because what they felt on the first one.
They knew it was going to be there. Yeah.
Like I said, the first festival was very simple.
Very simple.
Very simple.
Yeah.
But it's not okay, it's not like now. Now it's got production now.
Yeah.
But the spirit was there.
Yeah.
And sometimes people, they might not be religious at all. And they might think they're drawn by what they're seeing, but they're not. They're drawn by what they're feeling. This is true fact. I believe that's what the people saw, the first one. Because in reality, we have the first festival to thank for all this. If the first festival would have been a failure, we wouldn't have the second one. We wouldn't have the fourth.
I see.
The second one with the rain, they would say, hey, sorry, it rained. Let's go golfing tomorrow or whatever. And they said, let's take it inside. And so, what was the original?
What happened last year? The third, for year 3?
Last year was when we upgraded. We finally upgraded the festival. My idea is, remember, we like anything we do to our bodies, when we train, when we're studying anything, we should never conform. We should never conform. Not because of greed, not because of wanting, not because of the wrong reasons, but to keep it healthy. We should always upgrade. We should upgrade our lives. We should upgrade the way if we behave in a certain way. That's how come we behave in a certain way at the age 20. And at the age of 30, if you're still acting the same way, something's wrong.
Right.
Because you have to be upgrading yourself.
Right.
Not falling into a distorted delusion of what you are. You know what I'm saying? An image of what you. No. Upgrading oneself, seeing and noticing not our virtues, but our defects. Everybody likes to say, "I'm good at this," and "I'm good at that," and that's okay. But what you should say is, "Hey, I'm capable of this." And I give up too easy, or what I'm saying, or I don't have I don't have the right character to approach this. And when we start upgrading it, and so we do the same thing with our lives. We should do it with our projects. So last year, had the opportunity to upgrade everything. Thank God, it's a full blown festival. Like I said, since last year, the TV broadcasted because. Now the appearances, they can use this. You know how television won't go
right
if it don't show quality.
Right.
And so I thought, it's time to upgrade it. And it don't hurt. It don't hurt because it's not luxury what we're promoting.
Right.
But yet it is because Orisha is luxury. You know what I'm saying? Humbleness, but Orisha is beautiful.
Right.
Tell me what attire of the Orisha would dress. Nobody's wearing gold.
Right.
It's cowries.
Right.
Tell me that attire is
beautiful, luxurious.
People are they're in awe when they look at this. Sure. So Orisha is luxury. It's glamour.
The beads,
but in a natural way.
Right.
In a natural way. So we upgraded it, and it's working out. It's working out good.
Yes. Very, 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 very good. I'd say. When you think about the luxury, the splendor, the beauty of the festival, and you think about the going forward, upgrading, improvement, how do you strike a balance between staying within the tradition and at the same time always looking forward and always improving? Because it's not something that, like you said, it's not a freestyle where it's like I'm just doing this because this is pretty or this is better and better.
We got to stay inside limits, parameters. Of course, respecting tradition. Well, we can reach this by just changing formats. For example, it's possible that next year we will do a Congress. Is that how you call it, Congress?
A conference.
Conference. It's possible next year we'll do conference on two Orisha, but in depth.
Right.
Everything that there is to know about these Orishas, from methodology to utility of the elements of these Orisha in modern day life, theological function of both Orisha, right from its crib, where it's born, from its essence, to the theological function and how we could use the theological function of the Orisha. From then, the second day, going to the dance, the expression of these two Orisha, and finally the festival on the third day. This is something that's right now. It's just in plans. We're just thinking it over, but this is endless. This is endless, and especially when we're trying to focus on Orisha that have been left to die. And I say left to die. You say, well, how can Orisha die? When we stop invoking Orisha just goes back into nature. Orisha is never dead, but it will be absent amongst the Eniyan, amongst the human beings. A lot of Orisha, the veneration, devotional practice for so Orisha, they stopped. So what happens with these Orisha? They don't just sit there. Orisha that is not invoked just goes back into nature and stops its activity. It goes inactive. So, like for example, Kori Koto, that's the reason we're choosing this type of Orisha to bring it back alive. In the Western Hemisphere, for the first time, they heard songs on Kori Koto that I'm talking about a century. They've been singing to Kori Koto one song.
Wow.
Yeah, and all of a sudden we throw 4 songs at them.
Yeah.
And so, see what I'm saying? This is going to grow on its own. And out of a festival, somebody could say, this is something commercial. Nothing commercial about it. Because